Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194 and appreciate you taking the time to visit, check out my video. And we are here in Low Fuel Motorsports server, and of course I'm just showing the highlights as it was, just didn't go too good, unfortunately. That's me in the BMW right there. And I'll have you guys judge it if it was me or not. I got a slow speed, that's why it's looking funny. We're going to jump here behind the car. And like I said, I'm going to have you guys put in the comments below. I don't know, but maybe I'm just making mistakes. I don't know. I was really just trying to get in the front pack and just stay there. I mean, I had decent pace. Again, I had a lot of room in the front. I was braking early. I'm going to slow it down now. As you can see, I mean, I got this number 5 next to me. I'm right next to him. You know, I hang half the car over, and he just comes down and hits me. So, I mean, that's what it looked like anyway. Go slower. Right there. He tags me. I hit him in his rear tire, so it spins him. He hits me in the front. I turn him back around from hitting. I hit him and get him straightened back out. So now I'm back on the gas. And I see him right next to me, so I move over. You see me move because I see him still right there in my radar. So I move over, and I see, so I know he's going to get the line. He's got the line, so I'm letting him go, and I'm just going to fall in behind him. And I see that I got an opening, so I just start moving over. Well, then here comes the McLaren, and then he just tags me right there. Tags me right back in the quarter, and then causes a big wreck. So, I mean, and I wrecked there. Other people hit me there. Other guys are wrecking up there. The McLaren, he's wrecking. So it just was a big melee, and we'll look at it again in real time. Let's look at it at full speed. So I see him next to me, and I'm just hanging over. I figure he's going to get it, and then he comes down on me, and I straighten it back out, and then I try to give him room, so I move over, and then I just start cutting it in. I'm full throttle. He just comes over and then just tags me. And then basically I had like 20 seconds worth of damage at least. So then I came into the end of the pits and did a pit stop. So obviously I'm in the back. Mega damage to the car. And basically here, I was in front of the leader when I came out by a few seconds, and then that's the leader up there. And then basically, I was just letting him, he was catching me slowly anyway, and I mean, I'm not racing for anything, so I just let him go. I just go ahead and just give him room to let him pass. Same thing with second place, and same thing with third place. I mean, they were getting near me, so I just hey, I'm not racing with them, so I just let him through. I let him through right here. I just stayed to the right. I hugged the inside and let him go around. And then third place, I think I moved over. And then just let him go around. So again, then I just stayed there. Because, I mean, pace was pretty close to what they were running. I mean, they were running pretty much right around the same times. Maybe a little they were maybe a little faster, but it was close. So, of course, it was basically almost all McLaren. McLaren was first, second, and third, and it was pretty much all Beamers and McLarens with one car Ferrari, one or two Audi. I mean, very heavily dominated by McLarens and even BMWs. There were some in there. Let me see. You see all the McLarens. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3. Only 3 BMWs. I mean, look at all the McLarens. You got a couple Ferraris and an Audi. One Audi. That's it. I mean, I sure hope they do some BOP to make it more, not just a one car field, one make field, I should say. You know, of any make. I mean, you know, the idea of GT3 racing is to have a little bit more choice of cars instead of just basically having everybody's in McLarens or BMWs or whatever. So anyway, but I think it's a good setup. So now we'll go ahead and go to the setup, and I'll show you that. So we're back, and again, you know, if you want to all leave your comments, your feedback and comments, I appreciate it. Again, you know, maybe it's just a racing incident. I don't know. My judgment isn't too good. It seems like I'm always in the wrong place at the wrong time. But here's the setup. Left front's 24.4, right front's 26.2, left rear's 25.5, and right rear's 26.6. The toe's negative 0.1 with the camber at negative 3.8 on the left front and negative 3.6 on the right front, and the caster's at 10.4. On the rear, the toe is 0.06 with the camber at negative 3.3 on the left rear and negative 3.2 on the right rear. Everything's pretty solid through here. I don't really see any adjustments to really be made. Electronics had it at 3, 3, and 1. Of course, fuel had 50 liters with the number 1 brake pad. Anti-roll bar got 4 on the front, 53 on the brake bias. Steering ratio's turned all the way down. Springs are 150,000 all the way around with a bump stop rate of 600 on the front and 3 bump stop range on the left front and 5 bump stop range on the right front. On the rear, the bump stop rate is 500 and the bump stop range is 10 on the left rear and 16 on the right rear. Anti-roll bar on the rear is 3 with the preload on the diff at 40. Again, pretty good here. You can go down to 52. I did do that near the end of the race. It's fine, and it does help it a little bit and keeps the tires, trying to keep the wear on the rears, catching up with the fronts. So other than that, I tried more in the diff, but it just didn't work too good. I tried some different anti-roll bars. That didn't work so good either. Let's see. Spring rates. I probably could try some more spring rate combinations. I did try some, but it just seemed like this worked out the best. I wouldn't mind. I had it here with the softer springs in the rear, but the car wasn't rotating enough. The next thing I would try would go down in the front. That would be to have it this way all the way around, and maybe run this little bit different bump stop package. But that's something to try down the road. I just wanted to try this because it was pretty optimum conditions. I mean, it was actually really cold, track optimum. I mean, it was pretty good conditions. So I don't know if it could get much better. Again, that's about it for that. Shocks on the front, 20, 12, 15, and 9. And on the rear, it's 10, 2, 14, and 5. Again, adjusted all that with Motec, and it's close. Aero got 51 in the front, 64 in the rear with a 5 rear wing and a 4 and a 4 in the brake ducts. And again, I had it all the way down, so you could try that too. But there's a couple places where it hits a little bit, and when you adjust the fuel load, the front stays the same. The rear is the only thing that goes up. So whatever you set it at the front, it's going to stay there. Stay there. So I think that would be, that's why it's only one click up. And now if you run over a few things, it doesn't upset the car, and it's not going to come up when the fuel goes down. So that's why I wanted it where it's going to stay. So it only comes up in the back. I think it comes up 1 or 2, depending upon how heavy your fuel load is. So again, I just wanted to share. I'm sorry about this content. I'm sorry that the races aren't better. I mean, the Nürburgring race was really good, I thought. I think this would have been a really good race. It's a shame that we didn't see it. I mean, I don't think I had the pace to win, but I think I for sure had the pace to finish in the top 5 for sure. So if I would have had a chance, so that would have been nice. And I really, again, I tried to give a little, and not take all the time, but you got a lot of people that just don't have that mentality of give and take. I mean, you're 99% in front, and they still, they're 1% there, and they still going to take it. So it's just, unfortunately, that's just the way it is with racing. So, but I sure hope you give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I appreciate all the support, and of course I'll put the link in the description. And like I said, so you can try it out that way. But I think it's a really solid setup. It does work really well. Oh, my fast lap. I think the fast lap was it was a 144.6 or 144.7. So that's not real bad for me. I'm sure tweaking it some more, I could find a few more tenths, but I still think that's pretty solid. I mean, it's not bad. So again, I could have finished on the podium maybe at best, because I had decent pace with third place, but I definitely could have finished in the top 5. But anyway, I sure hope you come back and visit again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.